The whole area is still considered a sand dune, but they do call it a dead dune because the sand does not blow or move down here like it does up above, where it's all considered a live dune. Now there's all kinds of different trees that have regrown out here. Most of the trees you're going to see are these smooth barked ones. They're beech trees. Ones that look like pine trees here, they're hemlocks. But this area was all white pines when they logged it off. They started logging off the area in 1838. They're building up a town out here called Singapore. It is a city buried beneath the dunes out here. They're building it up to be a big import town. They had Chicago and Milwaukee on the other side. Singapore was going to be the first import city on this side. They're building up the town, but then something happened in 1871. Any ideas what that might have been? It had to do with a cow. We had the Great Chicago Fire then. Mrs. O'Leary's cow kicked over the lantern and burnt down the whole city of Chicago. So they needed a lot of timber to rebuild. Singapore heard about that, already had 2 sawmills in operation, and they really started shipping the timber over there to help rebuild. Did not know it'd only take to the end of the 1880s for the logging years to be done, topsoil to be blown away, and the sand to blow into the town faster than they could shovel it out. So they picked up and moved downriver to a little Indian village called the Flats, and that is now known as Saugatuck. But there are still 4 buildings out there, including a 3-story hotel, all covered up by sand. Not a rooftop or chimney can be seen in the town anymore.
Did they ship that by water, or did they ship it?
Most of it all was done by water. Yep. Because they had the sawmills were right down on the Kalamazoo River and right by the lake, so they would just ship it 110 miles across.
So wasn't anything by trucking?
Not really. Back then, everything was done by boats around here. And that's actually where you get all the sand dunes along western Michigan. Warren Dunes here, Silver Lake, Sleeping Bear, all from logging going to Chicago.
Okay.
Now, basically, 80% of the timber to rebuild Chicago came from Michigan.
Okay.
But there is a showcase back at our office. Tells you a little bit about Singapore if you'd like to take a look at it before you go. But we're going to travel through here. We're going to keep our eyes open. We did have 3 deer walking around through here last time I came through. So they're out here. Just depends on where they're at. But the rides have been going since 1954. 57 years the rides have been out here. So the animals get pretty well used to us. We've had deer as close as about 15 feet from the truck. The noises you're hearing in the trees, those are our tree rattlers. We have a problem with snakes in the trees, and occasionally they have fallen out of the trees into people's laps. So just want to warn you about it. In case one falls in, they're not poisonous. They're black, about yay big around. They only get to be, well, the last one was about 3 feet long. So, yeah, if you can just pass them to the person to your right and throw them out of the truck, that would be greatly appreciated. That's your right, girls. We got the big dune surrounding us. That's all sand that's protected us from the wind. Rough bark trees, wild cherry wood. Very expensive wood. told you they weren't scared of us. I think I can go far. No, tree stand right there, right there. See it? Chain from the tree.
何これ。めっちゃ。
Good thing you didn't drop in.
Yeah.
Now you know why we don't have cloth seats? So much easier to clean the vinyl off.
さっきの鹿の後だから。
Yeah, I told you, a lot of wildlife out here.
Oh, it's on.
Yeah, that's my kind of deer hunt. Get it?
Yeah.
I got some nice neighbors around the curve off to the left over here. I think it's an old Indian tribe. They call themselves Running Bear.
Running Bear?